I am here. My beautiful, darling, beloved children. I am so happy to be here with you. There's so much courage in the souls and hearts of these who are here with me. I feel as though I have stumbled upon some Amazonian warrioresses. The strength and integrity you have maintained to go forward through the lives that you are in. But rejoice. Happy days are coming. I see each of you and the lives you have lived, the lives you have ahead. And I know you may go forward with joy and excitement. For there are many blessings waiting for you. Oh, I am still acclimating in this body, the conduit, who I gratefully share space with. I wish to tell you a story of the first time women were struck down. It goes to the time of the first humans, Adam and Eve. Of course, they were not really the first humans. Evolution is a fact. But Adam and Eve were guardians who were here for you, to help you as you grew from amoebas to mammals, on up to gorillas and apes to humans. Every step of the way, Adam and Eve were here for you, just as they were here for the humanish beings that were here before you. Just as they would have been here for the more reptilian creatures who would have become humans if the planet had not gone so cold and destroyed the dinosaurs. So here we are with the mammal humans. But before the mammal humans would have been the dinosaur reptilian humans, and before them would have been the great ones whom you call the Atlanteans, who were much more massive and beautiful and strong and brilliant than you. But they became too arrogant. Before them were your guide and guardians, whom you call Adam and Eve. They came to this planet at the request of my partner, whom you call our Lord God, to help me to create life. My beloved partner, my blessed self, of my other side of self, sent them here, two benevolent beings, to help encourage and nurture life to evolve and grow. They were divine love beings, those whom you call Adam and Eve, filled with gracious goodness. Adam was content to live always for the moment, always in goodness. He wanted for nothing. If he was hungry, here was food. If he was bored, here was entertainment. If he was tired, here was a mossy bed to sleep on. He was happy to exist in the great now, as the great now was always moment after moment of joyous, loving goodness and well-being. Eve loved the now, but she also lived in the why. Why does this happen? How does that happen? How is it that this fruit in my hand was once a little blossom that became a petal, that became a fruit, that grew from green to beautiful to ripe to succulent, and then became rotting until it returns to the earth? Eve had curiosity. You might say Adam was more lower chakra. Eve was more upper chakra. But both flowed with all their being. Eve was always wondering, if I do this, what will happen? How can I create a better scenario? How can I make things even more so? Adam grew angry with Eve. Oh, you make my head hurt. He hit her. He took a cudgel and beat her. For her way of thinking made him feel less than a man, less than himself. He kicked her in her womb, and she cried because she had not yet told him she was pregnant with their firstborn. The blood spilt from her being into the moss that she had been lying upon. And a fetus so small, it was just gelatinous. But Adam and Eve could see energy and life. Adam realized what he had done and ran in horror from the truth. Eve allowed her blood to seep into the moss and said to the moss, you shall ever carry the secret of the womb in your being. My baby, my child, will always live in your belly. And Eve again asked, why? Why does a question bring death? Why does a creative pondering for growth bring abuse? From that day forward, she no longer brought her questions to Adam. Her bruises and wounds healed, but her heart was filled with sorrow because she knew to speak her mind meant that her love and her being would die. She did think, but in secret and private, and duplicity was born. Secrets were born. And from this came all of the negative inspirations: plague, horror, pestilence. This came from Eve's feeling that she must be covert and hide her true self for fear of Adam's wrath. Adam, filled with remorse for his actions, but not knowing how to resolve the situation because he lived in the now. And once Eve was healed, he felt the now was a good now. So why could she not join him in that space? This is the action that cast them from Eden. Eden was not because Eve ate of fruit. Eden was not because Eve asked questions. Eden was because Adam and Eve had the opportunity to grow together and bring their knowledge and understanding to healing and raise their vibration as one being. It is one thing to love because that is all you know. It is another thing to love because you choose that, because you bring forward the heartfelt faith that while you may get rejection and rejection and rejection, to bring forth love is the most noble action. Adam and Eve had the opportunity to return to each other with the choice of love, which would have birthed mutual appreciation. And that would have been so much better for your planet, all the races that have existed since. Instead, they left Eden by leaving love. This is the time on your planet when we reclaim love, when we reclaim faith, when we go forward knowing love is not about giving only if you know it will be received. Love is about giving and letting the other do as they will. For their giving allows the chains in your heart to be free. It allows all the divine energy to flow into your being and out to others. Loving freely is the freedom that returns you to Eden. Loving honestly and completely is what will bring our beautiful planet back to the garden.